This is that maple tree that was in the video that we did a couple of videos ago about mulching versus mowing and blowing those leaves. You can see the top is now empty of leaves. There's still some leaves here at the bottom, but not many left. Most of them are on the ground. So what I'd like to do tonight is I'm going to go ahead and use the Toro, and I'm going to start on the side here, and I'm going to only blow this way. I'm going to try to blow all those leaves over to the woods behind the stack of firewood there. So my hope is that that just makes one wall that I can keep pushing across to the side. We're going to give that a try and see how it goes. Now obviously I don't show you every time I mow. That would get really boring for you guys as viewers of the channel. So I've used this quite a few times between when I last mowed here to blow along the sides of the woods, along the other side of the woods, and then up in the front lawn to get rid of the leaves. And it's worked really good, but you can see it does get the mower pretty dirty. Got a lot of leaves on top of the deck, leaves here on top of the foot platform. And I don't know if you can tell, but everything is really dusty. So it makes a lot of dust and leaves go everywhere when you're cleaning up with this. But it's doing a really good job, and I've been happy so far. So like I said, we'll start here, work our way across, see if we can blow all those leaves into the woods just using the time cutter. Whatever we don't get, we'll use the Stihl blower for. I forgot to mention it's really dropped down in temperature here. It's only 50 degrees right now. High temperature all day today was 52. It's going to be 31 tonight, and it's been in the 30s the last few nights. So it's really cooled off here in northwest Pennsylvania. You can see the blower's doing a good job of pushing these. I wanted to get them cleared out around the base of the tree so I can keep mowing. But I'm getting quite a pile of leaves here, so I don't know if the Toro will be able to keep pushing those or not. But we'll give it a try. And then I'm going to make a turn here because I want to go towards the woods. You can see the time cutter is still pushing that pile. I had a little bit of trouble here on the turn because as I go around the turn, I was blowing the leaves too far back behind me, past the row I had already done. So I'm going to use the blower to get this turn pushed over there a little ways, push it back a little bit, and then we'll keep going with the time cutter and see how it does. You see it was clear up to the foot area as I was coming through this big pile here. Now a lot of that just pushed like a snow plow. I was trying to lift up with my foot, lift the deck higher, let more leaves underneath, and I had to back over them a couple times to get them all to go. But you can see they ended up here, so I'm going to take care of this pile. I'm hoping now I got that pile leveled out enough that I can keep pushing it towards the woods with the time cutter. I'd say the end result was pretty good. Got most of the leaves blown across using the time cutter. And I said in the previous video I'd probably use the John Deere, but for something like this, other than around the tree, there's a lot of maneuvering, navigating around, you know, the salt block for the deer, the zip line base, we've got a bird feed, I've got a stump in there, I've got a tree in the back. Easier for me just to do it with the time cutter, and it did fine pushing that over. Now once I got to here where I had pretty good stack of leaves, it was bogging down a little bit, and I had to go over a couple places twice to get the leaves to blow. It's also starting to be dusk, the dew has dropped, and these leaves are no longer nice and dry and crispy, they're kind of damp and squishy. So some of them packed under the tires and are stuck in the ground. So that was a little bit of a problem, but not the time cutter's fault. Really just, it'd be better to do this when the leaves are nice and dry in the heat of the day, and try to get them blown in that way. But all in all, I'd say it did a really good job, saved me a lot of time. I'll use the blower to push them a little bit further in the woods where I can't drive with the mower, and use the blower to clean off the time cutter, and then we're good for the night. For those of you who have joined us recently, if you haven't gone back and watched some of those old videos, there's some really good content there. Obviously, we've learned some things along the way, and I think our videos are better now than they were then. But I still think the content back then was good. Just maybe not as good at editing, or I certainly wasn't as comfortable on camera. Not that I'm super comfortable now. But I'd appreciate, go back and take a look at those if you haven't watched them already. And again, thank you very much for subscribing, following us, and sharing, commenting, and liking. We really appreciate it, and we hope we keep making great videos that you guys like for a long time to come. Thanks again. Some of you may have been wondering, where's Jennifer and Mackenzie in some of these videos? I'm doing a lot of work in the evenings by myself. Jennifer is the varsity volleyball coach, and Mackenzie's a varsity volleyball player. So they're always at practice. On game nights, I'm there supporting them at the games. But on the practice nights, it gives me time to get some work done here at home and make these videos.